Capital, a US-based company, Thursday paid a courtesy call on President Adama Barrow at Fajara. The visit was initiated by the United States Chamber of Commerce for Africa to explore potential areas of collaboration and investment. The team was led by its Chief Executive Officer, Simon Tiemto, who told GRTS that they are seeking to invest in the energy and agricultural sectors.
The purpose of the visit is initiative by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce for Africa to pay a visit, a courtesy visit to His Excellency President Adama Barrow and to the Gambia to explore potential areas of collaboration and investment and to foster trade and investment relationship between the U.S. companies and the Gambia. So we, for the very first time, we led a quite sizable, top-notch U.S. companies that came here in the Gambia for the first time, but not the last time. They will be coming for more, and to see how best we can explore investment opportunities and collaboration within the Gambian environment to support the President's economic and development plan. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce is made of some of the Fortune 500 companies. So we have API Energy with us that operates in the energy sector, is looking to develop a 40 megawatt power generation capacity to add to the grid to enable the Gambia to move to 80 megawatt. We have John Deere, which is the largest tractor company that's here to provide an hand-to-hand solution for agro business to grow agriculture in the Gambia. We have Thomson Reuters, who is here to provide some capacity building for the government in terms of land reform and many other things. Ourselves, I'm the chairman and CEO of a company called Lithium Capital, and we have just acquired a bank in the Gambia called First International Bank.
The overseer of the Vice Presidency, Aja Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang, has launched the 2016 Global Human Development and the African Human Development Reports at the Kerababich Hotel. Janke Toure was there.
Human development for everyone and accelerating gender equality and women's empowerment in Africa is the theme on this occasion, marking the joint launching of the Global Human Development Report and African Human Development Report 2016. These are the latest in the series of Global Human Development Reports published by the United Nations Development Programme since 1990, looking at major development issues, trends and policies. The UNDP country representative delved into the significance of the report.
The human development concept is very powerful. Each year, the human development lens is applied to different themes to deepen our understanding of the issues at stake. The annual Global Human Development Reports also provide multidimensional measures of countries' progress.
She also pointed out some key areas that the global reports focus on. Central to this is gender equality.
The poverty reduction goal of the SDGs includes targets focused on ensuring social, economic, and political inclusion for all, equal rights, access to services, including financial services, and new technologies.
In her launching statement, Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang, Minister of Women's Affairs and Overseer of the Office of the Vice President, said the reports are not only timely given the democratic transition to the new Gambia, but also welcoming.
Following 22 years of oppressive authoritarian rule in which the rights of citizens were frequently violated and abused with impunity, it is the priority of our government to make a difference by ensuring that the fundamental rights of all our people are respected, protected, and upheld. This would include access, freedom of expression, the right of equal access to justice, the right to the truth, the right to be free from discrimination, and the right to take part in the conduct of public affairs.
Madam Jallow Tambajang also made it clear that human development is not only about promoting the freedom of individuals, but also the freedom of groups of collectives.
People must be given the liberty to choose their own identities, and this liberty is one we will recognize, value, and defend as a government.
She reported that the Gambia has made steady progress in human development, especially in education and health.
2 of the 8 Millennium Development Goals were achieved by 2015, namely Goal 2 on gross primary enrollment and Goal 4 on infant and child mortality. In addition, maternal mortality rates have declined. Significant progress has also been made on combating HIV/AIDS, malaria, and tuberculosis.
Now that the 2016 Global Human Development and African Human Development reports were launched, indications are that laws and institutions will be established to guarantee and protect the rights and freedoms of all citizens, creating an opportunity for sustainable human development to be attainable for everyone. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Jenge Ture.
Justice Odoma has adjourned the criminal case against the alleged abductors and killers of late parliamentarian Mahawa Cham and Suleiman Dao to the 20th of June. Swandin Kamara and Lawa Jaju are facing charges of kidnapping and abduction at the High Court, where prosecutors have not filed any new indictments or information since the matter was transferred there in February. When the matter was mentioned at the High Court, state attorneys asked for more time to review and press new charges. The Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Safilo Sise, Thursday launched a project called Post-Crisis Response to Food and Nutrition Insecurity in the Gambia. Fatou Janembai was there and picks up the rest of that story.
It's a 30-month project that seeks to improve the quality and efficiency of food systems and promote employment in agriculture. The project is set to be implemented in the North, Central, Upper and Lower River regions. These are said to be the areas with less food security.
Good nutrition is the first defense against diseases and our source of energy to live. Nutritional problems caused by an inadequate diet can be of many sorts, and when they affect a generation of youngsters, they can lower their learning capacities, thus compromising their future.
The over €11 million project will be jointly implemented by the Food and Agriculture Organization, UNICEF, and the World Food Programme in close collaboration with the government.
Sustainable goal number 2 is focused at ending hunger to achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture by 2030. This project is consistent with the Sustainable Development Goals and seeks to contribute to the reduction of undernutrition among children under the age of 5.
The Post-Crisis Response to Food and Nutrition Insecurity project is fully funded by the European Union.
This €11.5 million project we are officially launching today is funded from the exceptional allocation of the European Development Fund called Envelope. It is a direct follow-up to the earlier ECHO actions. It is what is termed as a linking relief, rehabilitation and development project, which aims to provide further support to a wider caseload of rural communities remaining vulnerable to food and nutrition insecurity. Vulnerability is particularly acute because of an erosion of communities' resilience to cope with future shocks.
The Minister of Agriculture assured partners and stakeholders of his ministry's continued support in the realization of the project, which is geared towards improving nutrition and productivity, thereby reducing hunger.
The Gambia is committed to the attainment of social development goals, where improving food and nutrient security are very critical components of the CDS.
Stakeholders and the implementing partners are convinced that this project, when implemented, will have a considerable impact on the lives of women and children in the targeted communities. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Fatou Janembai.
Guarantee Trust Bank Thursday donated office furniture and other materials to the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services. The donation, as Saidu Kamara reports, is expected to enhance effective service delivery.
In the middle of the presentation of the donation, an emergency call came in further attesting the significance of the fire and rescue services in saving lives. They responded swiftly. Superintendent Patajiba stressed the importance of the materials to building their capacity. He assured the bank that the items would be put into good use.
I would seize this opportunity to once again reiterate on what I have said and say a big thank you and a bravo and a job well done to this very important bank. Keep up the good spirit and then continue doing your best because every one of us is rallying behind you.
The managing director of Guarantee Trust Bank said besides banking, they also reach out to institutions in need.
Today's donation of a sum of furniture and electrical appliances worth over $300,000 is part of our contribution towards the conscious effort by the Gambia Fire and Rescue Service Authority to improve the working conditions of their men and women and to provide adequate and timely services to the society. Luckily, we've just seen what has happened just now, how they left here, how quickly they have left to go and respond to an emergency situation.
The Chief Administrator of the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services expressed gratitude to the benefactors for the support.
We appreciate everything that you bring here, and we are very grateful for that matter. We thank you very much because this thing, we are going to use it, and we need it right now because we don't have chairs, we don't have table, and we don't have T-shirts. And we are grateful for this gesture.
At the end of the ceremony, the officials were entertained by the recruits. Saidu Kamara, GRTS News.
Vision Development Foundation has distributed food to needy Muslims in honor of the holy month of Ramadan. Modubajan reports.
Vision Development Foundation's recent move is its ongoing distribution of foodstuff and cash to Muslims in respect of Ramadan. In an interview with GRTS, the foundation's public relations officer, Sehu Fofana, said they are helping the needy so as to ease their Ramadan burden.
The founder, that's the CEO, Mr. Momo Trodabo, the father Trodabo, everybody knows him. He's a man who has been wholly engaged himself in giving out. So this is a fact that we are not giving it for any other reason but to help the poor and needy and to complement the effort of the poor and needy.
Fofana also stated that there is no political or hidden agenda for VDF's cash and kind interventions aside from complementing government's development efforts.
The objective of founding this organization is to complement the effort of the government. That is to help the poor and needy. And since our inception in 2006, this is what we've been doing. We don't discriminate. What we are doing, this is what we'll be doing in the Yom Al-Hasura, this is what we do in the Tabaski, this is what we do in the December for Christians. So that alone is a manifestation, is a testimony to show everybody that what we are doing, we are just helping.
For beneficiaries such as Amejaju and Ajamane, VDF is exemplary in responding to the needs of the less fortunate. We are thankful that VDF reaches out to the needy during Muslim feast and in Christmas too, said Fatou Sow. Mamadou Jallo, like many others, appealed to other institutions and individuals who are in a similar capacity to come to the aid of the needy, especially during challenging times like Ramadan. Former VDF board member Fabakari Tombong Jara said a move like this is a manifestation of the spirit of caring and sharing as breathed by which anyone can practice with the little.
A human rights training. We apologize for the quality of the video. A human rights training program for members of the Network Against Gender-Based Violence is underway in Kanifing. Winifred Nicol reports.
The program is part of the rights-based approach to development, meant to enhance the skills and knowledge of the participants in using human rights to advance their work.
Most of the activities that are done within this partnership are based on evidence. First, we have acquired the funds from change. They are a consortium that provide funds to mainly civil societies to address issues that affect women and girls and other development issues. So 2 years or a year back, we were able to mobilize funds from over 347,000 euros to conduct this project in partnership between ActionAid and the Network Against Gender-Based Violence.
The human right also is about providing services. If somebody's right is violated, we have to look at it from a clinical perspective. For example, if it is a sexual violence, we have to look at it from a medical angle, we have to look at it from a social angle, psychosocial angle, we have to look at it again from a legal perspective. So all these are human rights issues. In that work, you have to apply human rights.
The Gambia is a signatory to international instruments such as CEDAW, United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, and the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of Children.
When we talk about a violence-free society, we think of women and children the most because they are the people who are mostly affected by violence. We're not saying men are not affected, but, you know, on the average, women and children are affected most. So whatever we deliver here, in our work, we work in partnership. And government's role here is to ensure that the right policies and programs are put in place. And the rest of the work, the implementation on the ground, is done by other partners like the network and other agencies.
Founded in 2009, the Network Against Gender-Based Violence is a membership-based organization with civil society organizations.
We have associate members, and those are government institutions. And we have government as part of the network from the highest level, like the Office of the Vice President, you have the Minister of Justice, you have Department of Social Welfare, Minister of Health, and quite other Minister of Interior, and then you have the GRTs have been a member of the network since inception.
By the end of the forum, the participants are expected to better understand the principles of the human rights-based development model. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Winifred Nicole.
An inferno has ravaged one compound in Latri Kunda this morning. The fire, as we hear in this report by Farmer Kanyi, has left the marina and other families with nothing to inherit.
Eyewitnesses say the fire outbreak occurred early in the morning, destroying valuables belonging to one Fatmata Marina and 4 others. The incident happened at a time when many communities in the Kanifing Municipal Council are experiencing periodic shortage of water due to ongoing massive technical maintenance by the country's water and electricity supplier NAWIC. This lack of available water has had a huge impact on the rate of damage caused by the fire. Fatmata Marina said she lost almost $100,000 to the flames. I was preparing to go for a business trip in Senegal. I have changed $40,000 to CFA and also had $41,000 and other valuables in the house. I could not retrieve anything. All I'm left with is these clothes, Fatmata told GRTS. The National Assembly member for Latri Kunda, however, believed that one fire station is not enough to cover the entire Kanifing Municipal Council, adding that more substations are needed to handle such situations.
We definitely need sub-fire service stations, like we have a police post. That will help. Because calling fire service sometimes before they respond to the emergency, everything is going, all the houses are burned.
The incident has left the victims in a desperate state, and they are calling for urgent help to recover from their current state. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Farmer Kanyi.
We will be back with news from